Hello everybody and welcome. This is a Legacy School grammar lesson for Year 6, Week 2. This lesson, all you'll need is your grammar book from pages 7 to 13, a pencil, and an eraser. Our teaching aims are to revise and practice the past simple and past continuous. You've taken this in previous years, and we're just going to do a quick revision. Past simple and past continuous. Can you put the following verbs in these tenses? Write, swim, and cook. So write could be was writing, were writing. Swim could be was swimming, were swimming. Cook could be was cooking and were cooking, depending on if the verb or the noun is singular or plural. And swim could be swam. All right. How many past simple forms do we have? Only one. Write can become wrote, swim became swam, and cook becomes cooked. How many continuous forms will we have? Many, like I said, depending on if your noun is singular or plural. If it's singular, we can say was writing. If it's a group of people, we can say were writing. For each verb, we will have two different forms. In the verbs was writing or were writing, what is were and what is writing? Was and were are auxiliary verbs, and like I said, they depend on what the noun is, singular or plural. If it's singular, we'll use was, and for plural, we'll use were. Writing is the present participle. And when do we use past simple? We use past simple when we're talking about a finished action in the past. And when do we use past continuous? We use it when there is an action that was happening in the past for a longer time or at the time of another activity. We'll explain this more, don't worry. So we finished the project last Friday. They traveled to France in 2015. I was reading all night. While Mom was cooking in the kitchen, I was doing my homework. While I was watching the movie, the phone rang. All right. So I want you to first underline the verb and then tell me what is the tense and why is that tense used. So we're going to do the first one together. We finished the project last Friday. This is a completed action and they even specified when it was completed. So we'll use the past simple. For number 2, they traveled to France in 2015. Same thing. Traveled is our past simple verb and because they specified when it happened. All right, let's look at number 3. I was reading all night. Here they used was reading. We have our auxiliary verb was because I is singular, and we have reading, which is our past participle. All right, the verb plus ing. And we used the past continuous verb because it tells us that it was happening all throughout the night. It was not just an action that was completed. Can you do the rest on your own? So when do we use simple and when do we use continuous? Let's explain that again. So the past simple is for a finished action in the past. Past continuous is it could happen in 2 cases, or we use it in 2 cases. For a long action in the past, like I gave you the example, I was reading all night. So this is a very long action because they said all night, all right? It wasn't just simply that I completed. And the second situation where we use past continuous is when 2 actions are happening in the past at the same time. Let's go ahead and look at our grammar books, page 7 and 8. This is going to be your classwork for today, but of course, since we are learning online, you're going to do it at home. For question number 11 on page 7, it says, last week, John went to Scotland on a business trip. Read his diary for the last week, then complete the report he sent to his boss using the past simple. So on the left-hand side of the box, you have his actions. Fly to Edinburgh, have lunch with Scottish sales team, visit 2 factories, discuss last series of adverts with marketing management. I'm not keen on them. And we're going to use these actions to fill in the blanks on the right. So number 1, it says, I flew. You can see they filled in the blanks with flew to Edinburgh on Tuesday morning. So why did we use the past simple only flew? Because this is a completed action. He flew and he's done. Okay? Number 2 we'll do together. So on the left-hand side, the next action would be have lunch with Scottish sales team. So let's see how we're going to answer the question. And blank lunch with Scottish sales team. All right, so what can we do here? We're going to use the past simple again because this is a completed action. So have will be changed to had, the past simple of have. And that's it. And had lunch with the Scottish sales team. Then I blank our 2 factories there. So on our list of actions, we have visit 2 factories. Of course, we're just going to change visit to visited, and you're going to continue on. You're going to decide if you're going to use, you're just going to use the past simple. For question 12, think about what you did last week and complete the diary, and you should write it in the past simple. So on the left-hand side, write a list of your actions, and then on the right-hand side, you're going to complete your diary. If we move to page 8, question 13, it says, use the words given to make sentences. Do not change the order of the words. It's very important. Use only the past simple or past continuous. So here you have to decide whether the situation allows for you to use the past simple or the past continuous. All right, so they did the first 2 questions for you. Katie, phone.